Okay, guys, today's lesson is on file types and we'll be filling out some notes. When you finish filling out the notes, raise your hand and Ms. Waz will come give you your participation completion grade. And then you will go on and take a test, and then there will be an assignment that follows. So, file types, all different file types that you can store on your computer. And we're going to talk about different ones and then specifically focus on a certain type. So, a computer file is a resource for recording data on my computer. It's how I store information, and it's identified by its file name. There are three major types of files. We have data files, which hold information. Those could be Google spreadsheets, docs, a slideshow, an image, those kind of things. Music files. I can also have application files. These are files that run programs. And then I can have system files that make my whole iOS, my operating system, work. Okay, so we're going to go fill in our notes for a minute. We're going to come here. This would be computer file. Ooh. And then this here is 3. Okay. Next, we're going to go back to our notes. File names. When I look at a file name on my computer, I will see a dot followed by the type of file it is. So you can see these examples: .jpeg, .pdf, .mp3, .gif, .png. These are the types. When we downloaded graphs, you were downloading each graph as either a JPEG or a PNG. Both of those are images. MP4s are how you download music. So when I come to save a file, and I say file, let's see, into my files. And let's say I want to rename a file from my downloads. Okay. I can see that this is a JPEG. I can see this is a PDF. But for instance, if I want to rename this one, rename, there it is. Okay. I can change it to Katie image, and then it will be katieimage.jpg. This is the file name. This is the file type. So the name of the file is followed by a dot and then the file type. So if I were to write out a file example, I write it out here in red, I could write my document.pdf. That would be an example of the name. This is the file name. And then this is the file extension, the PDF part. Okay. And what we're putting into the blank is, oh, that's not what I wanted. A dot. So I can't fill my circles in. I guess I can just draw a dot. It contains a dot. Then the file extension like .png, .pdf, etc. Okay. When we look at the Google Apps, so dot. When we look at Google Apps, they all have extensions names. So .gdoc, .gslides, .gsheet. So that would be my document.gdoc, my document.gslides, my document.gsheet. That's how you would have a file name and the extension. So we're going to put those into here. Google Docs. When it saves, it is .gdocs. When slide saves, .gslide. I do believe. Let me double check. Slides. Oh, it's doc. Oops. No S. And the S is on this one. G slides. Okay. And if you had sheets, it's .g sheet. Common extension file types that we will come across. other than Google products. So other types of files can be saved too. If I'm looking at a PDF, which is what I've uploaded in Cami, these notes are in a PDF. As you can see, it's a document. That stands for Portable Document Format. When I save a website, for instance, I was coding a website right here. When I go to save this one, Files, Save As, I'm going to save this one as a .html, right? Save to my desktop. Okay. And when I go to my desktop to open that website, okay, and it's right here, you can see exactly how it comes up, okay, on the internet. And that's a .html file. Okay. That's that. And then CSS is another type of coding language. Music files can be saved as MP3s, .waves, or .wam, and it stands for Meg Audio Player 3, Waveform Audio File, and Windows Media Audio. And then finally, a movie file is an MP4 file. So let's go over to our notes in Cami. We're going to fill those in. Music files are .mp3, you have a .wave, and you have .wma, or Window Media Audio. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bigger for everyone and bolder. Okay, that looks better. Okay, a website, we said, can be coded in .html or .css. Okay, and we said movies are MP4s. So now we're going to go ahead and it's kind of like a guessing game, but you can match up the portable network graphic. So if I look at these different ones, portable network graphic, PNG right here. Okay. And if I want to go to Joint Photographic Expert Group, JPEG. Okay. If I want to go to tagged image file, these are all types of images that I can save, TIFF. Everyone's favorite, graphics interchange format, that's a GIF. Running out of colors. GIF. And finally, a high efficiency. This is how your iPhone saves photos. A lot of times, if you're trying to send a photo in an email from your iPhone or upload a photo from your iPhone to a computer, you have to change the format on your phone because only iPhones read HEIC docs. So that's a good thing to know. You can change that in your phone settings to change it to save as a JPEG instead, but that is a setting on your iPhone. Okay. And that is discussed in these slides right here and right here. We are going to be focused on PNG files. If you remember last year as 6th and 7th graders, we worked with PNGs, but we are working with PNG files again. Everybody, .png files. Oh, I have my caps lock on. PNG, okay, with a dot. Okay. And then they're otherwise known, we saw that already in the slideshow, portable network graphics. This is definitely too big right now. Okay, portable network graphics. So what is a PNG file exactly? So when we look at this slide, this is a really good indicator. You notice a JPEG versus a PNG, and it's like, what should I choose? Well, you can see that the JPEG has this background whereas a PNG is transparent. So imagine you had a logo for your company and you want to put it on all different kinds of stuff. It works so much better if it's a PNG file because there's no background behind it. So anything you put it on, it will look like it belongs. And so we're going to take a look at that in a second. But they're portable network graphics. They were developed in 1995 by Oliver Fromm. They were named PNGs, then shortened to, they were named PINGs, and then they were shortened to PNG. And they were an improvement on the GIF. So 1995 is when they were developed. They were called Ping first, and then shortened to PNG. And they're excellent for web design. We haven't gotten to that one yet. We're going to see why they're excellent for web design, like we said, and for logos. So they're great for web designers. They have transparent backgrounds. Look how nicely those strawberries blend into my background versus these with the white square background. Can you imagine if we were running a strawberry patch and we were advertising and everything we put on our logos had to have these big white squares behind it? Not cool. The transparent backgrounds make the things look like they fit in. So we're going to go put that on our notes. They have transparent, meaning see-through, and semi-transparent backgrounds, which make them perfect for logos, web design, things like that. So focusing on the pros and cons. We've already mentioned a lot of the pros. We said that they are full of color. There are 16 million colors that can be installed in a PNG file when they're created. You can edit them and open any way you want because they're not patented. So I can edit those strawberries if I want to put a logo across them, and they can be stored and transferred easily. So let's go. They have more colors, 16 million. Okay. That's what spelled million wrong. Okay. They can be stored and transferred easily. And we said they are not patented, so I can edit them. What are the downsides of PNGs? Is there anything wrong with them? Well, they cannot be animated like GIFs. Oh, I know that's such a bummer. And they are small. They can't be as small as other files, so they take up more storage, and they don't load as fast as other types. So you might notice a website loading slower with PNGs. So they are not animated like GIFs. They are larger than other file types, and they load slowly. Okay. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take an open note quiz, and then there's going to be a video assignment. But first, go ahead and raise your hand after finishing these notes and get me to check you off. Thanks.